Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving deep into a really fascinating tech concept called Yfactor. We're going to deconstruct its entire business blueprint and see how it's tackling one of the oldest challenges we face, aging. So let's get right into it. Everything really kicks off with this one simple but kind of mind-blowing question. What if your phone knew your real age? Not just your birthday, but your biological age. And believe me, that single question is the key to unlocking a massive, multi-billion-dollar industry. Okay, so to really get why this is such a huge opportunity, we first have to wrap our heads around a major problem in modern life. And that's this growing gap between our lifespan and our health span. Now, the difference here is absolutely crucial. Lifespan, that's simple, right? It's just the total number of years you're alive. But health span, that's the good stuff. That's the number of years you live feeling great, healthy, and free from disease. And here's the kicker. While we're all living longer than ever, our health spans just aren't keeping up. Now, of course, we all want to close that gap. I mean, who wouldn't want more healthy, active years? So what's actually stopping us? Well, it turns out there are a few really big roadblocks that keep this goal just out of reach for most of us. Let's be honest, trying to age well today can feel like you're lost in a maze. You're just bombarded with all this conflicting advice, and you have no idea if the choices you're making are actually working. There's no real-time feedback. And on top of that, generic advice doesn't help when it doesn't account for you personally. Or even unique things about your environment, like dealing with intense heat stress in a place like Dubai. And that brings us to maybe the biggest barrier of all, money. If you want to bypass all that confusion and go straight to the experts at a longevity clinic, well, that can set you back thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars a year. So right now, optimizing your health span is pretty much a luxury good. This is the exact set of problems that Yfactor was built to solve. The whole idea is to tear down those barriers by putting one powerful, simple metric on the one device that, well, pretty much all of us carry everywhere, our smartphone. The core idea here is something called biological age, and this has nothing to do with how many candles were on your last birthday cake. It's a dynamic score that shows your body's true age based on your health at a cellular level. It can be higher or lower than your actual age, but most importantly, and unlike your birthday, you can actually change it. So how does it actually work? It's a pretty slick three-step process. First, the app uses the sensors already built into your phone to scan more than 50 different biomarkers. Then its proprietary AI crunches all that data to figure out your real-time biological age, which they call your Y-score. And finally, it gives you a personalized action plan, actual things you can do every day to improve that score. The mission here is really powerful, and it comes down to one word: democratization. Yfactor wants to take a service that costs thousands of dollars in exclusive clinics and put it right in the palm of your hand for a tiny, tiny fraction of the cost. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Oh, great, another health app, right? The market is completely saturated. So the critical question becomes, how does a new player like this actually stand out from the crowd? Well, this chart really lays it all out. On one side, you have services like Inside Tracker, which are great, but they require expensive and infrequent blood tests. On the far, far other end, you've got Brian Johnson's multi-million-dollar-a-year protocol, which is, let's face it, not for us mere mortals. Yfactor is aiming right for that sweet spot in the middle: low-cost, real-time daily feedback with absolutely no extra hardware needed. So let's just zero in on what makes it unique. First, zero extra hardware. It just uses your phone. Second, you get a new score every single day, so you get immediate feedback. Third, it's predictive. The AI tries to warn you about health dips before they happen. And fourth, and this is really smart, its AI is specifically trained for its launch market in Dubai, which means it gets the unique challenges of the climate and lifestyle there.